Oh, hi. Didn't see you come in. So, the whole reason this car came in the first place was because it had a really ridiculous misfire. So, it started out with something as simple as an oxygen sensor being unplugged and 2 of the spark plugs were dead. Once we got that sorted, the car was pretty fun, but it had a gnarly oil leak from the rear main seal. I got it, I found one! You did? Oh, shit. We were looking for 4 of the same clamp. Anyway, every second valve in was slightly deeper into the head than the other one. It was consistent among both sides of the heads, and it was always the one farthest from the edge of the head. So I looked up Nissan weak valves, and sure as shit, any valve, or I guess any motor that's got a 30 stamp on the valve for the intake side is made out of weaker material than updated versions. So long of the short, the valves were shit. So we went and picked up a set of heads for 200 bucks, started grabbing small little upgrades here and there, and now we should be sitting relatively pretty when it's all said and done. So today's the day. Z motor gets to go in. So she's been all done. We wrapped the manifolds, or the elbows today. The manifolds are quote unquote ceramic coated. We found some cheap ways to keep the temps down.
So Dan's showing off the pipes. Oh yeah. Torquing down the flywheel to 69 because Nissan said 61 to 69, so we thought we'd choose 69 because it's funnier. And it's always a good time.
So here's a little pro tip for you guys. If you want to torque down the balancer bolt, if you're at this stage and you have an access to the flywheel, you literally just put a wrench between here and one of the main bolts for the transmission. Holds it in place, lets you torque it down. Just remove it when you're done. Apply your clutch, away you go.
You tightening or you're tightening?
You're tightening.
That's good.
Okay. And there we go. Well, now we're using the fandangled clutch centering tool, and it's always nice to have the actual one because you can get the universal kits and they suck. They're not bad if you're in a pinch, but you still have to do the old wiggle alignment thing like that and fucking find your center. These ones are just like, oh, it's in. So, but normally this edge almost always goes to the pressure plate side because obviously the ring of the pressure plate sits around here. So that's normally how you know when you got it right. So one thing we noticed when we pulled this motor apart, the flywheel was not machined. There was a shit ton of hot spots and a couple of fresh stress cracks. So we got the flywheel machined, and this was recently replaced. So I'm glad that it was very recently replaced. Otherwise, we'd have one side of the clutch where there's nothing left, and the other side of the clutch where it basically looks brand new. So anyway, now we're doing the install. Some motors are very specific as to which side the dowel goes on, and conveniently, I was exactly one turn completely away. So when you're tightening down a pressure plate, you kind of want to make sure that you get the pressure evenly. This is kind of an off clutch because normally there's only 6 bolts. This one has 9. So there's an even greater chance to screw up. But normally you want to start with the dowels because the dowels are a friction point because they are a pressure fit component. Start getting those nice snugged in the same sequence that you would basically do a tire. And then check them all by hand when you're done.
And then make sure all your pressure forks inside here are straight and not pointing in or out.
Very valid point, sir. Minty fresh. And what a lot of teens seem to be having a lot of issues with these days, the pull-out. So we're going to be in a fairly tight squeeze. I actually don't... Where are the oil lines? This could be... So we got the oiling system all figured out on the Z. We took the oil pump apart because we kind of had to beat on it a bit to get the crank gear off. We eventually drilled into it, tapped it, and pulled it out with a bounce puller because it was seized on there pretty good. So made sure the pump was okay, but because it went on really, really dry, we had an issue getting oil through the system. So we actually used a vacuum cleaner to pull oil through the sump while Matt was cranking the engine. It was a shit show. Anyway, wasn't showing any oil pressure on the gauge. Turned out to be a sending unit. Luckily, we had a spare on a CA18 out at the junkyard, so that one luckily worked. And then we primed the oiling system. And the way we do it is we always leave the plugs out, leave the fuel injection system unplugged, and that way there's no stress on the starter. It basically turns it into just a motor and really helps the oil get through the system real good. Then you can just sit there and pressurize it. So you know your turbines are lubricated before you fire it up. You know all your bearings have pressure, all that jazz. Oil's at the head already. It's also nice for actually having the oil at the right level before you even start the car. So yeah, we're basically ready to fire it up. I just got to put 2 hoses on. We'll chuck some coolant in it so the sensors will actually read there's coolant in it, and we'll see what happens.
Fucking Ewoks, man.
Sorry.
It's always going to be a good sound.
Those oxygen sensors are so done.
Yeah, I'll be for sure.
This thing's quick. It's quicker than the back car. When you pulled up, I wasn't in a high, like a low gear, but I was I think 3rd instead of 2nd where I wanted to be. But
Oxygen sensors are good.
Yeah, we had an issue with them already. I swept out both ECUs, then I fucking tested the temperature probe and just unplugged the oxygen sensors and runs like a dream. So
Let's hope
maybe
it's
the ECU
filtered.
is designed to not run on oxygen.
give it a rev to clear it up. If it's that fucking cylinder 1 coil again, I swear to shit. What? Cylinder 1 coil being a bitch.
It's just that you need new plugs on it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Audi coil swap is mint for these. We here to fuck shit up and take pots. As long as there's someone here today. Didn't know there's somebody else here. I hope y'all didn't wear nice shoes.
But I did.
Dan, this looks like a random.
Oh boy. God, that is dangerous.
Step on that hubcap that's covered in mud.
Oh yeah. That's solid. Oh boy.
It doesn't swing as far as
Your
I
left
wanted.
foot. Bring it down 6 inches to the left. Right there on that mat. There you
Don't worry, my children. I'll come back for the rescue. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, see? Oh, Andrew's doing the exact same thing I did. Pee in it, for fuck's sakes.
Why won't the engine start?
To get it out, just take the bolts out of the knuckle.
I got some.
Oh, hi. I did not see you come into the car. But I am here. I am looking for part of car. It is other half of this, and I am not to be finding it. So I am like stressing the out, man.
Gonna go get out of a thing.
But on that note,
Oh,
double fisting porn. That's the same thing. I've watched some weird shit.
Hey man, we're all into our own little thing.
what?
Midgets?
Who said midgets?
What are you talking about?
So cute.
What are you hearing?
midgets out there.
Yeah.
Well, we got this.
It comes with race switch.
Somewhat solid steering knuckle. Bushings are still alright.
Fuck, I didn't bring any extra batteries. I didn't know we'd go on an adventure like this.
Yeah, but we're like hobbits, and the Shire is car parts.
And Andrew's dying.
You know, this one's in better shape than yours and it's not cracked here.
Oh, but how much rain has gotten in it?
No idea.
Well.
But it still clicks.
care?
It still clicks.
Oh, is this the one?
Yeah, look at that.
Sweet.
Yeah, but this still, like, it clicks.
May as well.
It has to be good. Mechanic logic. There's nothing wrong with the clicker. It's gotta be your light.
Yeah, because water.
It's electronic, man.
Will
Water
that
doesn't
fit
fucking-
in your butt
No.
or what?
No, we're gonna see how much they want for them, and then I'm just gonna run to the fucking ATM.
What even is this?
That's the hazard switch.
I thought you just said run towards the fence.
Yeah, throw it over the fence and then just run around.
We need here. We got the bezel. We want that one.
Can't find that trim piece.
Dun, dun. How I'm gonna throw the mud by the
Dan, I need my taxi.
No, I got this.
I'm holding plastic this time, sweetie.
Okay.
Not bad.
At a certain RPM, it makes nothing but sense. But before then, you
And so-
run
I
like a
actually know what
2-liter.
Jap scrap. Always working on Jap scrap.
All day, every day. What's not to like? He wants 25 for this, and all I want out of this is a shift boot, but I don't have fibs. Actually, I don't even know if he wants a fucking shift boot. It's his car.
How's 80?
80's for him.
Okay.
I'll fucking do 80.
Yeah.
That's fine with you if I leave him outside the gate?
Yeah, as long as I.
Well, we found the parts we need. So we'll come back and grab a couple of those, and then we'll grab those plastics when we need it. Also, I think his garnish was in better shape than yours.
No, I thought it was broken in the same spot.
I didn't even look.
Like this
I think you
rear,
mentioned that before.
this rear piece?
Yeah, I'm
This
thinking this
guy.
guy. But we got the igniter and we got the knuckle.